Pythagorean theorem. I can determine the steps of the Pythagorean theorem. And our central question is, how do you know if you add or subtract the numbers after you square them? So today's video is just part 1 of 2, where we go over how to recognize the steps for solving any Pythagorean theorem problem. So when you look at this one here, you see that the C side is missing, the hypotenuse is missing, okay, because we have 2 legs. I instantly recognize this as the hypotenuse because it's opposite the right angle. All right. You might have remembered back earlier the year we used to draw an arrow. Okay. See if it'll let me draw an arrow right now. No, it doesn't look like it wants to let me draw an arrow. There we go. So we used to draw an arrow, and this arrow was always opposite the right angle. So I have my right angle, and I draw it on the opposite side, or pointing towards the opposite side. So this side here is my hypotenuse, and that's the side I need to find. So I have A, a B, and the C, or hypotenuse. So to solve this problem, first I would what the numbers? Well, I would square the numbers, because our formula is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And remember, if we don't know that, we can go to the first slide and click on the star reference chart. Then I would blank the numbers. Well, if I'm A squared plus B squared, so after I square them, I have to add them. And that would allow me to find the hypotenuse. So that allows me to find the hypotenuse. Lastly, I would square root, because it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So C squared is not quite the hypotenuse. I need to take the square root of whatever I get, and then I would have the hypotenuse. So here's what I mean by that. So C is going to be equal to A squared plus B squared. All right. And I'll go ahead and put it the way you see it on the formula chart. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. Our A, in this case, Our A in this case is going to be 10. So we have 10 squared plus our B, 13 squared, is equal to C squared. And that's what I did. I squared the numbers. Now I'm going to add them together after they've been squared. So 10 squared is 100 plus 13 squared, which is 169. So I have 269 is equal to this C squared. Well, the last step is I would square root the number. And remember, square root means what number times itself would make 269. Okay? What number times itself would make 269? Well, what number? I wonder if I can do this in my head or if I should be using a calculator. I don't know. I feel like I should use a calculator. So I'm going to go to Desmos our Desmos calculator. All right. And again, all this is going to be linked for you on the first page. And as always, come down here and we click on our calculator keys here, right here. And I'm going to do the square root. So I click square root and then I do 269. And I got 16.4. So C is equal to 16.4. That is my answer.